Sustainable Global Entrepreneurship, Instructions Round Q1. Welcome to the digital lecture about the gameplay in the first quarter. In this instruction, I will first guide you through how to find the simulation, a bit of information on how to log in. As this is the first round, very briefly I will discuss the team and the coach, and then we'll go into the gameplay instructions of quarter 1. Having said that, you should know that all instructions are also inside the simulation. The simulation plays like a video game and has everything included. There are micro simulations and lectures. Please read them carefully and check them all out. This is just additional. So, how to find the simulation itself, the game. So, it's hosted by Marketplace Live. You can either Google them or you can go to www.game.ilsworld.com. To make it easy, on the Blackboard environment, a link will become visible later on. Currently, it's not there yet. Just wait, it will be visible in time. Then, you need to sign in. You need a email and a password in your school email account. So your student number or name at hhs.student.nl. You will receive a license and all codes. Also, when checking in to the game and making an account, please use your school email. Otherwise, I cannot identify you. If I cannot identify you, you will not receive a mark. So school emails only. In the email you get, there should be instructions. Follow them. You should be okay. If you have any issues, let me know or ask the person who sent the email. When you log in, you will be assigned to a team and a market. You're not allowed to change this. It will become one big mess, so follow the instructions. If there are still problems, you can immediately contact me. Some of you will be receiving a code, but actually are not intending on playing this. Please do not log in if you're not following the course, as the license is around 50 euros each. So if you only log in once and never going to use it, it costs the program 50 euros, which we cannot spend on you or your colleague students in any other way. So once you are logged in, you should be in a team environment. You are probably not logging in at the same time, so it can take 1 or 2 days before everyone is visible, but then you will see your team. You should be with 6 to 8 students in your simulation. You also be assigned a coach. The coach is not a player, it's a supervisor. If you have less than 5 students in a team, let me know. If you're not in a team, let me know. We'll fix it. As we are not 100% sure how many students there will be, I have the option to change some teams during the first quarter to optimize the gameplay. I try to avoid this, but please remember, until the deadline, there might be changes. There might be student added or you can be distributed, but I try to avoid this. Then, it's a team play. If there are problems in your team, contact your coach. If you are free riders, discuss it first internally. If that doesn't work, discuss it with your coach. If someone is warned multiple times and we can actually prove that they are free riding, not taking this course seriously, they will be excluded. So now you have your team, everything is going well. Please create a Teams environment for your team so you can easily chat, discuss, and plan meetings. Also make sure that you reach out to your coach to plan the feedback sessions. These are not in your Weber schedule. You have to plan them yourself. So you want to do that way in advance to make sure that your supervisor has time. And after the feedback session, you also have time to implement any changes before the deadline. So these coaching sessions or instruction sessions, which you have with your coach, Your coach will not tell you what to do. The coach will not solve problems. However, the coach will challenge you by asking critical questions. They might point out risks, say this might be a problem. Are you sure? What they will also do is evaluate the contribution in the team. So in the coaching sessions, you will be evaluated according to your role. So when discussing performance, and if it's HR related, we'll ask the HR responsible. If it's marketing related, we ask the marketing responsible. So make sure you know your information, you have your data ready. So that's about the coaching session, but it will be between you and your coach what the exact agenda will be. But remember, probably you want to evaluate performance earlier, assess your current situation, discuss your strategy for going forward, and how that's translated into operational and tactical decisions. Maybe you want to check a bit of finance, as you know you will never want to be running out of money. So this is still, of course, a bit abstract to you, but it will become clear during the gameplay. It's quite intuitive. So, the first quarter. What will happen? The theme of the first quarter is to organize the business. So you're going to name your company. You're going to assign responsibility, so who does what, who's responsible for which part. You're also going to discuss how you want to work together as a team. After that, you want to establish a strategic direction. So first you want to understand the game and analyze all information out there. Make some considerations. Then formulate a strategy and think of how you're going to bring that forward. So after you have your strategy, you're setting up shop. You're going to make the first tactical decisions. So production, it's easy. All production facilities are in Bangalore. So you're going to build a factory there, not somewhere else. That's not possible. But you do have choice how big your factory will be. The bigger the factory, the better you're prepared for the future. But remember, a big factory also costs more. So too small is not good, too big is not good. But what will be the right number? That's for you to figure out. You're also going to develop a sales territory plan, pretty much meaning in which market do I want to start. There are 4 markets. Then you're also going to design 2 brands. The brands will be designed based on what the customer wants. So, what will be things to think about as you design your first brands? Main thing, customers buy benefit, not features. You do not want a calculator, no, you want answer to your equation. So in the game, it pretty much looks like this. You have a menu of where you can select. So you can see, there are different types of bikes, comfort bike, rugged bike, aerodynamic bikes, and you can select different components. That should match not what you have in your mind. No, it should match the information provided by the simulation. So you have insight in market demand. So you're going to select a segment and then you're going to design a brand to meet the needs of the segment. So in a speed bike, you can imagine you do not want a heavy bike. It should be light. So what features should benefit this segment? Let's have a look. So a lightweight bike probably has thinner racing tires, carbon fiber, as carbon fiber is a lightweight material, and maybe a racing seat, because a racing seat allows you to go faster. But probably your customers have a lot of wants. So how far will you go? So this doesn't look like a speed bike to me. So is more speed, comfort, gadgets always valued? No, because speed and comfort, of course, are in conflict with weight. So more features do not necessarily make your customer more happy. You need to understand the elasticity of your components. Elasticity is a complex matter and there are different scenarios. But let's have a look at the next one. What's the elasticity of a peanut? Is more peanuts always better? But let's think about peanuts in a candy bar. So, how many peanuts would you put in your favorite candy bar? Yeah, so a Snicker has a certain number of peanuts in it. A Mars has a different number, 0. So, is putting peanuts in a Mars better? Maybe. So, you need to understand for your target group what will be the optimum. Is there a limit? Is more better? We know one thing, more costs more. So if there's not a benefit and you spend more, it's not okay. So maybe it looks like this. If you have no peanuts, there's no fun. If you have a few peanuts, fun becomes bigger. If you put it in a bit more, it's still okay. If it's only peanuts, it's not nice anymore. So you need to balance it out. However, there are many types of response functions and you need to figure out which one is the correct one. So we have one where more is always better. But we also have one where there is a point when if you start adding more, there's no more excitement. Or as I just shown you, more is actually not perceived good. So you need to find the optimum on the top. It could also be that a little is just right, more is not. Like with pepper, for example. A little pepper is just right. Too much pepper will kill all flavor in Thai food. Yeah? So you need to figure out how your customer perceives this. And this, of course, is for every component different. So it will be balancing out. So in the beginning, you're going to try what works. We also have response function where actually we are not interested unless you put a lot in it. And we even have items where any amount is bad. So that feature on your bike is just not okay. Not in the game, but this is an experience of my life, is that I never see speed bikes with a bell on it. But still they want to overpass me. So you think, let's add this 10-gram bell, but that's not okay. So figure it out. One thing again, do not think too much about what you see in the street. Please, all decisions, make them based on the functionality in the game. Yeah? Also the last one, we also have response functions where actually there's no difference. They couldn't care about it. So, take any bike segment you want, and then think what you're gonna build. Yes? Just like the candy bar ingredients or the peanuts, you discover the response function for each bike component. So if we look at the different components, you need to match them to the correct part. Do this well and you are able to actually create a brand of your customer liking. You see, tons of components, tons of options.